guys, welcome to Empath 101. So, Empath 101 is a series of videos that give you the general, basic, but not limited to definitions of words that you're going to come across quite often here in the spiritual community. If you're coming across this video, then you're more than likely spiritually gifted, or you are connected to somebody that's spiritually gifted. So what exactly does that mean? Let's dig into it. Being spiritually gifted generally refers to having a heightened awareness and sensitivity to spiritual or non-physical realities, often accompanied by intuitive abilities or a strong sense of empathy. It's about experiencing a deeper connection in oneself, in the world around them, sometimes involving a sense of transcendence and a connection to something larger than themselves, like your ancestors, your spirit guides, y'all know, spirit, Holy Ghost, Okay, key characteristics of spiritual giftedness. Heightened sensitivity. Spiritually gifted individuals often possess heightened senses, including a strong awareness of subtle energies and emotions in their environment and in others. Intuition. They tend to rely heavily on their intuition and gut feelings, often knowing things without knowing how they know them. Empathy. Deep empathy is a common trait where they feel the emotions of others intensely, almost as if they are their own. Connection to something greater. They may experience a sense of connection to a higher power, to God, to your ancestors, to your spirit guides, to the Holy Ghost, the universe, higher power, or a spiritual realm, and may feel guided or protected by this connection. Intuitive insights. They might receive intuitive insights or downloads of information, often leading to creative ideas or solutions to problems. Compassion and wisdom. A strong sense of compassion and a desire to help others are often present. Transcendent experiences. They may have moments of transcendence where they feel a sense of oneness with everything or a connection to something beyond their individual selves. Strong faith. A strong sense of faith and trust in the intuition or spiritual guidance is common. It's not common, it's necessary. Potential challenges. Heightened sensitivity can sometimes lead to feeling overwhelmed in crowded or chaotic environments. So we are very protective of our energy. Examples of manifestations. Easily sensing the mood of the room. Having vivid dreams that feel significant. Feeling deeply connected to nature. Having a strong sense of justice and wanting to help those who are suffering. Feeling drawn to spiritual or philosophical, either way, pursuits. In essence, spiritual giftedness is a multifaceted concept that encompasses a range of heightened sensitivities, intuitive abilities, and a deep sense of connection to something larger than oneself. Okay, so we all know, I want to tell a quick story. When I always knew it was something more than around us. Always as a kid, I was always into spirituality. I went through a phase where I was curious about watch The Exorcist and Amityville Horror and stuff like that, and just wanted to know more, but I never played with the Ouija board or anything because I was always intimidated. However, I researched and looked into, I was a little curious, Once it got confirmed to me that the dark entities and spirits was real, I stopped. I never ever touched it again. Never ever even tried anything again. Never, because it was confirmed to me. So at that point as well, I knew God was real as well. I'm like, ooh, God. However, I always could see more than people's normal eyes. I always could hear, smell, feel, especially feel. Like, it would be points, I had moments where I would just break down to my knees crying, like, oh my God, and nothing is wrong with me. Like, I'd be laughing and crying, like, I don't know why I'm crying. Like, I don't know. As I got older, my gifts started, and I did never realize that I was picking up other people's feelings and emotions, like, what's going on. And the older I got, the more aware, the more educated I got, and here I am. And then not only did I realize I was gifted, which I always knew that, and I always knew I was anointed, which made me research more and me get in touch with my own spirit guides, and I found out I was the one, not the two. That's not to brag, but that's to say you're here for a reason. So these obstacles you're going through, I want you to figure out the lesson. I want you to get through them. I want you to be the change of your next generation. Look at your daughters. I want you to know that you are going through this for a reason. It's not without purpose. So please understand that it's not an easy task to do. It's an honor to be able to lead your kids or your family, because I'm doing the generational curses, and it's an honor to lead the new wave so that your kids don't have to go through the same thing. Your grandkids don't have to go through it, and it continues on and on and on. So that's just a little story. So anybody that had those type of little encounters where you just out the blue, you can feel other people's emotions, you can sense people, just being around somebody, you can automatically sense. And everybody got different abilities or different type of notations that stuff is wrong. Confirmation, when people aren't right and things aren't right, and even if you can say it before anybody else see it, And then they start noticing, like, she was right. You know, you can read people's characters without them talking. Just off the energy, right? So, if you are one of the gifted ones, hey, welcome to the Soul Tribe. Use your gifts wisely. It's a blessing. You know, it might not always be easy, but it is a blessing. So let's continue to learn together so we can grow together. And as I always say, remember to pray. Bye, guys. So, God, thank you.